So, on the theme of you being a business owner yourself, what kind of challenges have you run into being a business owner?
Well, you don't replace that income immediately,
Right.
right?
Right,
And
yeah.
you just don't. So that's a challenge. I think one of the hardest things was my pricing. How do you price your services? And how do you price what you do and the value of what you bring to the table, and worry about what will they pay for, right? That was the hard thing. When I went out on my own, I didn't know how to start a business. I didn't know what do I need to do, right, to make it official, and that was scary to me, right? I used Legal Shield Launch and it did everything for me. It was awesome.
Yeah, as a practical matter, I think that's often the way it's done, and that's often the path when you are first starting. So what you talked about flexibility earlier. What other kinds of benefits do you find being a small business owner compared to being an employee or a member of a company's management?
Not doing the grind. I mean, I love getting up now and enjoying my cup of coffee.
Yeah.
I never had time to do that,
Yeah.
right? I was sleeping in till the last minute and getting ready and out the door. So I love that.
Yeah.
It's a really small thing, but I value that.
Yeah.
I mean, I think you're probably similar to me in that you can use working on your own as a way to scale how much you want to work. You can determine how many clients you have at any point in time, or you're going to take on, and that's going to determine your overall workload. So if you want to grind it out, you can, and if you want to take it a little easier and you understand how that affects your income, you're okay with it, you can do that too.
Right.
So how do you go about, well, I want to ask a different question because it's something I have in mind that I found in my own business. How do you go about bringing on other employees, or is that something you think you might do?
I would like to,
Yeah.
very much. I have somebody in the wings. I just need the volume. And then it's determining, what do you carve out? What do you piece out to give them? And it's hard when you're solo because you're doing everything, and you're doing the business end of it, and you're doing the sales, right? Because you've got to get new clients. And the struggle for me is I feel like they're buying me, right? That's the relationship. And so, but I do want to grow. I would love to have other people. In the past I've run a team. I love that. I love teaching and engaging them in the whole process.
Yeah, I asked that in connection to the topic of flexibility, because what I found is, having kind of gone up and down in terms of having a team, not having a team, I leave kind of working in a company or in a firm, and I start my own thing, and it's just me, or it's very small, and I have all this freedom. And then I start bringing on staff and employees and partners, and even though I'm theoretically the one in charge, it's my business, that freedom goes away. And now it's back to, now it starts to feel more back to, I think, it feels like you're getting more back to working for another company, even though you're the person in charge of it, right? And so, it's I think that's an interesting part of the whole thing, is that I think people think, if it's your business, you always stay in charge. But I think the dynamic of not being in charge, or the real issue is not necessarily whether you're in charge or not. It's more about, is it all about just you?
Right.
And if you stay as the solo entrepreneur, it's all about you, and there's a certain freedom to that. Even if you're the owner and the head of the business, and you start bringing on new people, as soon as it's no longer all about you or you and your clients, but it's no longer the internal organization is no longer all about you, you don't have that same kind of freedom or flexibility.
And I see that in my clients all the time, right? Because having employees creates a whole different dynamic, and it changes the focus. And a lot of times there's zero focus on that piece of it,
Yeah.
right?